Hello, people that know how it's all doing. Today we're talking about young people having babies too young. And I'm just going to say, this is only my personal opinion. I think people should only have it around 30, age 30. Because there's young people that hit 18 and only 10 minutes later they're, doing the nasty doing the business and pregnant already. And they don't have the skill and they don't have the money to have a baby at the time. To feed them and to clothe them and no, the basic needs for a baby. And young people just have the babies way too young, and that's simple as that. Like, they expect the mother and fathers to look after, and they go out discoing and dancing and everything. Like, I've seen it too often. And I'll tell you exactly, one time I was in Dublin, and there was a woman with two younger people, maybe the boy was about 17, the girl about 19 maybe. The woman was about 60. That's my estimates. I didn't go over and ask the age, obviously. But the baby started crying in the middle of the street. The two young people couldn't get stopped from crying. And the woman went to the toilet. And the older woman, the 60, came back and literally just picked up the baby and just walked there for about 10 seconds and stopped crying immediately. Like it's that's the skill she picked up from her years of experience. And you know I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not kind of propaganding anybody to say that you can't do it, or it's against the state's laws or against the church laws. I couldn't care for church laws because church laws have ruined this country too much for me to care less about if the church says it's not good, it's not good. But I'm just saying about the economy, your economy and your bank account. Like, when you hit 18, you have a whole lot. You have if you get a job, you have to pay your tax, and you have to do this, and you have to get a car, and you have to do everything. Like, I'm just saying, take your time. I know the way they say time waits for nobody, but it's a better alternative, blah 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 blah. Forgive me, alternative to have a baby at 30. Because I'm trying to explain the best I can. If you have a baby, right, let's say about 20, maybe you have a house. Well, in this country, we'll never get a house because the prices are way flipping high. Maybe have a car. You might have enough money to afford a crash, but that's ridiculous in this country too. So I would really advise you to move to a different country if you're going to have send your child to a crash or even the childminder. Like, go to a different country. Like, it's terribly bad in this country. Like, you have to think of these things first. But before throwing a baby in at 18, like there was, as I said, but the girl, it was that night that she got pregnant. One of the girls, that when she turned 18, she was pregnant that night. It was not that night, that morning. I mean, sorry, good God, like that. But no, that's way too soon. Like, when I heard that, I was like, okay then, that's the first I ever heard something like that. And then 3 months later she had the baby or something. I don't know. Can't remember the story. Can't remember. I don't know where she is now. I think she moved to Australia, which I think was a good idea, to be honest with you. I wouldn't blame her. I actually probably give the best of matters, to be honest, going to Australia and moving away from this hell. But no, but I'm just saying, 30 is the best age because you have skill. You have maybe the bank balance to have it, because baby does cost a lot of money. You don't take it. And then when you get to a child, like a 6 or 5 year old, like, that's ridiculously hard time to what this and the what that and what to. And then when you get to near teenage, or so about 10, 11, technically you're a teenager when you hit 13, I think it is. So when you're a teenager, like, it's ridiculous. iPhone, iPhone, tablet, computer, this, that, the other, new game, this, like, you have to think about this first. I know it's a joy to have a child, I know. But you have to take the cost. Like, you can't have a child and starve him, when you can't starve yourself. Which I just think about that first before having a baby if you're under the age of 30. Because it's hard. It's really hard. I know 2 or 3 people who 21, it was really hard for them to even get out. They were desperate to get a house before they had a baby, and no, they couldn't. It was out of their reach. And they ended up nearly in this financial situation where they were desperate for any kind of job that would give them a bit extra money. They didn't even want much. They only wanted a tiny bit extra at the end of the week because they were desperate to pay electricity. They couldn't afford to pay electricity. They had to pay for loads and loads of baby stuff. Like they would nearly got half of it taken away from them because they couldn't get the money to pay for it. And their parents wouldn't help them because their parents were like, you're 18 now, you should know how to do it. And, like that situation is devastating hard for young people. And you should always stick with that. I know there's parents that always help the children and help but in that situation, you have to take it to yourself. That could happen. Because these people are trying to desperately find a house and there was no hope. There was literally no hope of looking for a house in Dublin. Like, anybody would have told them that, and then coming back to down to the country to look for a house. Then paying ridiculous sum of money to get another house. And then nearly going bankrupt at the end of it. Like, you have to think of that. That's one thing you have to. I never say to anybody that you can't. Like, I'm going to tell you a story. I know it's dragging on a tiny bit, but I never will have a baby. It's not because I have any dysfunction or anything that I can't have a baby. Just because I don't think I'm mentally fit to have a baby, and something happened to him. I wouldn't. It hit me straight in my heart, and probably an idiot would kill me, honestly. But no, I'm not worried about myself. Like, anything happens to me, it's good enough for me. But I'm really worried with other people. Like, I'm only saying to other people, please think of yourself. And if you want to have a baby when you're 18 or 20, that's totally fine. But please just think of how you're going to feed it and how you're going to clothe it. That's all I ask. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and bye.